Hello and welcome to Real Progressives. My name is Tatsu Intro. I'm the newest live streamer with the team, and I'm going to be joining as of today, hosting on a variety of topics. So I just thought I'd introduce myself today, and I've been only live streaming for about a month or so. I have a background in industrial management and technology. And to give you an idea of some of the stories that I've been reporting on or analyzed, I've in May of 2016 this year, I was serving as a data journalist, so to speak. I predicted correctly that Donald Trump would beat Hillary Clinton in the election. You can see that article up on my Medium page, which is medium.com at Tatsu Intro. And the title of that article is 2008 Obama says that 2016 Hillary can't win. I've done some forensic investigation on the Podesta leaks. I've pretty much proved that the source of the hacking was not Russian, or at least I eliminated the possibility that it was only them. So I recreated the hack, and I proved basically a 12-year-old could have done it themselves. My political stance as of last year around this time. Hello, Autumn. Thank you. I was probably one of the original NeverHillary people out there before even the hashtag even surfaced. Now that the election is over, I'm more of a Stop Trump agenda type of person, and I want to activate everyone. So my goal, my personal goal with real progressives is to encourage everyone to be active, to be an activist, right? And for you, the real progressive audience, I realize that this is a different type of audience that I'm used to. I've only been speaking to my personal group of friends on Facebook, and in that circle, I'm just trying to gently push them to a correct analysis of the political events that transpire around them and delude them. I think here on Real Progressives, we can venture into deeper analyses of the events and connect the dots, and also encourage ourselves to be better communicators and thought leaders to our friends, right, who aren't yet members of Real Progressives. So with that said, I'm gonna dive right into current events, and this is somewhat taken from my talk yesterday on my personal page. So today, Donald Trump has 70 days until he takes office, T-minus 70 days, and the breaking stories are interesting. We have the rumor mill, of course, false rumors such as Donald Trump has won the popular vote. That's not true. And we have this TPP hot potato. And what do I mean by that? Well, one of the interesting things is almost simultaneously, almost all at once, Obama, the White House administration, the Democrats, and Donald Trump are scrambling to take credit for stopping TPP. So if the reports are true, TPP is dead in America. So we have to think, why is everyone against TPP? Well, it's because of Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders. But I think we have the congressional Senate Democrats saying, "Oh no, we're not going to pass TPP." I believe they're essentially trying to steal Donald Trump's thunder. And when Obama got wind of it, he realized he doesn't have a shot, so he dropped it. Everyone's just trying to save face. Everyone's just saying, hey, we're the good guys, stick with us. And nothing could be, it's just politics as usual. Nothing very enlightening there, but I think when you have friends, and I'm talking about your non-RP friends, right? Your friends who, you have these text battles with, you have these Facebook wars with. I'm kind of a veteran of that. What should you say to them when the Democrats come out and say they're against TPP? Yes, I believe no DAPL is a very important issue, and I'm going to get to that very shortly, Nicole. So just recognize, have them recognize that the no TPP stance was something, Bernie Sanders came out with. It was something Donald Trump came out with. These guys are just trying to cash in on the movement, so to speak. They really didn't care about TPP before. Why should they now? Except to get your vote 4 years down the line, or in 2018. So that's what I think about that. We have no DAPL by Obama. And this is one of the more positive hashtags, if you will, on social media. Everyone, that we respect is out there saying, listen, Obama, this is your only chance to save your legacy. You failed. Your Obamacare is going away. You didn't do anything for the identity politics that you so eloquently spoke for. This is what you have left. And if you don't stop DAPL, then, you go down as one of the most ineffectual presidents in U.S. history, essentially. So we'll see what Obama does. And we'll see what Trump does after. Could he possibly reverse the position of Obama stopping DAPL? I give Obama like a 60-40 chance that he will sign some order stopping DAPL. He's signaled. He said, well, I'll have the Army Corps of Engineers look into rerouting it through North Dakota, and and so forth. So I think no DAPL. I'm sure you guys feel it too, but I'm just gonna voice it out there, express it in that DAPL is the issue of our times, because if you are as awoke as I've become in this year, we know that climate change is the most important issue facing us as a planet. And the cause of that is corporate greed. And DAPL is a perfect example of that. And it's a shame that DAPL is really hard to get to. But I think, us as normal Facebook citizens can pay witness to it now that the election is over. I'm certainly going to be paying more attention to it, trying to, I don't think I can give as much thorough analysis as the people who's been paying attention, but I'm certainly gonna be there for them, show some solidarity, and this is an issue that also does resonate with Hillary supporters. Prior to losing the election, prior to my live streaming, I was a very negative person in terms of what I wrote on Facebook and what I wrote in my Medium articles and the conversations I had with my friends. So I turned a lot of them off. I learned through mistakes how not to talk to your friends. And what I can tell you is DAPL was the one brief window in which my Hillary friends and myself and other progressives like us came together. They were ashamed. They were like, "Why isn't Obama doing anything?" When we posted Obama's promise to the Native Americans in 2007, and to see what he's done now, to have him speak double-faced about DAPL while simultaneously signing off on 2 other pipelines, you know, that's the point where I lost them. That was the brief window because I pushed them too far and called Obama all kind of names. My mistake. But what I'm getting at, no DAPL, it can be a issue that all of us, progressives, not quite yet progressives, liberals, and some, you know, conservatives, you know, who do believe in climate change. We shouldn't stereotype all these conservatives or people who live in the Midwestern parts of the country. Michelle has that experience as well. And yeah, so okay, so let's move to Mitch McConnell, because I am trying to improve my talks, try to keep them a little shorter. So Mitch McConnell says Obamacare is the only GOP agenda item. And yes, so that gives you the position of the GOP. They don't have a very ambitious strategy going into a Trump administration. I think it reflects not just only their conservative ideology, but conservative personalities, right? There's a few definitions of conservative. Conservative could mean I'm a religious conservative. Conservative could mean I'm a conservationist. Conservative could mean I'm risk averse. And it's unfortunate in the English language that we have so many definitions for words that occur in politics, but ironically only one word for love, which there are many kinds of love. You know, that's just something that popped in my head. But yet, at the same time, we have Donald Trump meeting Obama yesterday, and then coming out today out of that meeting saying he's considering keeping parts of the healthcare Obamacare program. And I've posted a link in the description of the talk here. You can see that on Wall Street Journal. Now, that kind of was a hope of mine. I had a talk about Donald Trump's contract with the American voter yesterday on my personal page, and the mandate in which pre-existing conditions, people with pre-existing conditions must be covered by the insurance companies. It's probably the best thing to come out of Obamacare, no matter what your stance on private market, interstate, single payer, all these various issues. That's what's salvageable. That's very salvageable from Obamacare. And I hope Donald Trump will follow through from that. Now, that's all I have from my bullet points on the Trump T-minus 70 days headline here. But I think I want to take a moment to expand upon that and talk about, let's see, losing my train of thought. Okay, I want to talk about, I think, yes, okay, I want to talk about Donald Trump. And everyone has their predictions about Donald Trump, and everyone's wrong. Okay, we saw that with the primaries, we saw that with the general election, and we saw that in terms of trying to gauge who Donald Trump is as a person, what he thinks, how he thinks about. And so we have a Donald Trump who's a Democrat. We have a Donald Trump who's a Republican. We have Donald Trump who is pro-choice, pro-life. We have many different Donald Trumps. And yet, what is he going to do once he assumes the White House? Who is he going to appoint to his cabinet? And the answer is we just don't know. So he's a completely unpredictable person. And I'm gonna, I do pay attention to the conservative pundits as well. I think it's wise to do so because I will tell you, even though I had the wrong attitude in arguing with my friends, I kept engaging in it because even though I was turning them off, I would often pick up good points that I could pick on. And if I kept pulling that thread, I would have a new article to write on Medium. I would have new ammunition to support my position, or my former position, that Hillary Clinton might indeed be the worst candidate of all. And so what we see in Donald Trump is a propensity to fire people, okay? And the pundit who spoke about this back in August was Scott Adams. And Scott Adams said, well, Donald Trump is extremely risk averse, and that was the narrative that he framed around him. This guy doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke cigarettes. He eats fast food because he doesn't want to take a chance that he'll get food poisoning from some non-standardized form of nutrition, right? And so, but he's also, Donald Trump, not afraid to make a change when something is not working. And we see that with his rapid fire replacements of campaign managers. When he replaced Corey Lewandowski, when he took on Paul Manafort, and then Steve Bannon, and then finally rode the horse he rode out on, so to speak, was Kellyanne Conway, who was finally the only person who could rein in his personality to, she's ostensibly the person that pulled away his Twitter privileges, right? And so today he fired Chris Christie. Chris Christie, who slavishly pulled water and carried water for the campaign during the season, is no longer the head of the transition team. So, Donald the Gemini. So, I think that's good. I think, the problem that Trump faces is that he can't generate tens of millions of new jobs overnight. He may not even be able to do it in 2 administrations, never mind 1. So he's going to have to, pull rabbits out of the hat. He's going to have to make people happy somehow, and he's not going to stick to tried and true. As much as he was a maverick on the campaign trail, so he will be in his administration. If he's appointing a Jamie Dimon of Citibank to head up the Treasury, who's just another form of infrastructure, yeah, great point. He's investing $1 trillion. I think that's a great idea. That's possibly millions of jobs right there. When Jamie Dimon doesn't work out from Citigroup, he'll be fired. He'll be shit-canned. He'll find somebody else. And he might even entertain the ideas that we as progressives have in terms of reforming the economy, ideas for new jobs. Who knows? He might even see the green energy sector as an opportunity. He may not believe in climate science, but he might see it's a good idea business-wise. So, why not run it? And he might secretly believe in climate change anyway. Who knows? So I'm sorry I got a little distracted. That was a little longer than I wanted to get just on a sidetrack on. So let's talk lastly about unity with Clinton voters. And one thing a noted environmentalist said, David Suzuki, about the 2008 financial crash was, out of failure, comes a great opportunity. Out of a great failure comes a great opportunity. And this failure of Hillary Clinton to accede to the White House is something, as you know, that your Hillary fans are taking to heart they're crushed. They're crying. They can't get out of bed. This is the biggest disappointment of their adult lives. And so we must respect that. We must be very cautious in approaching them. Obviously, no I told you so's. I only get to say I told you so because I predicted it, but I'm even extremely hesitant to bring that up. And I predicted it. I predicted it on a data analysis side. So it, personality neutral, emotionally neutral argument. So, but what you cannot do is go out there and say, I felt it, and Trump was going to win, and you didn't listen to me. That's not, what you want to do. Okay, so the opportunity comes when you only realize the opportunity, and even us, the guys and gals who thought we saw this coming the whole time through, we don't have quite a plan yet for Trump T-minus 70, right? Tomorrow it's T-minus 69. So what is our what is our plan to disrupt a Trump contract with the American voter? Have we analyzed it fully? Have we decided as progressives what parts of it we like? And there are some hopeful, sides of it. This is all really hard to judge. There's a lot of moving parts in that we don't know where Donald Trump is going to pivot or change his mind or backtrack or walk back, etc. But we have a printed statement. Let's start with that. Let's find the things we agree with, and then let's fight the things that we don't like. So let's get our head straight around immigration. Let's analyze what he means when he says he's going to deport 2 million criminal immigrants, out-of-status immigrants that have criminal records. Can we fight that? Is that a battle we can win? Is that the same as saying he's going to deport all 11 million out-of-status people in this country? I don't think so. So let's gently remind Hillary supporters that statement is probably not true anymore. And so with this attitude of being conciliatory to our Hillary voter friends and doing the analysis of Trump's agenda for them, presenting it and say, let's work together, I'm sorry we got a Donald Trump. It's not what I wanted either. But now is the time. Now is the time. He hasn't even taken office yet. What an opportunity to stop the agenda, get out there, protest, maybe not protest. We're not used to protesting yet. And that brings me to my last point here, my last bullet point. So if we're not activists quite yet, if we're not protesters on the street, if we're not being nonviolent witnesses, to things like DAPL, or the agenda of the neocons and neoconservative neoliberals, then let's work through traditional channels. Let's pressure our Democratic state representatives to take on the immigration part of the Trump agenda. Let's hear their stance on no DAPL. What my representative so-and-so of my district, what's your stance on DAPL? How come you haven't gone public on it? Why aren't you having town meetings? Can you reasonably support oil and gas and fracking? What's your position on that? I mean, I think we can, we can all share our, the phone numbers and the addresses and email addresses of our local state reps and even our senators, and fight the Trump agenda, And these people are just normal people, right? They're okay, so they represent 700,000 1,000 people. But they have their own lives, and they probably don't feel as empowered. In the face of a Trump administration, I think the level of empowerment that they feel, even if they're liberal or moderately progressive, is the fraction of power that they feel to that is probably similar to what we feel to the state representative, right? But we can't feel like that anymore. We can't afford to. We have to get out there. We have to start a dialogue with them. And tomorrow on RP, or the next time I talk to you, I'm going to present an idea that's borrowed from Bernie Sanders on how to organize within your own congressional district, and involves a little math, and a little grassroots, good old grassroots organizing a la Bernie Sanders. So I think that'll be fun. I have some math to work out. If anyone is familiar with exponential growth and things like algorithms on how to, well, I won't bother you. So lobby, yeah, we have to lobby our state reps, right? And that's perfectly what it is. So we can do this, and I think it'll give the disappointed Hillary voters something to do. And I said once before, they're depressed, right? And the best medicine to beat depression is to be active, right? To find something to be passionate about. And I think there's a lot of passion out there to defend minorities, to defend LGBT. Let's give them a way to do it, right? So, all right. My first broadcast in RP. I hope you enjoyed it. Should have tested my voice a little bit before. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve my broadcasts, I'm welcome to that. I'm by no means very good at this. I've been doing it for about a month, and I hope we have some more conversations soon, guys. Wow, look at all this response. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for hanging with me on a Friday night. Bye, guys.